It's day 13 of the animation challenge. Let's get started.
This animation is a really good one for you to learn that doesn't involve lots of transitions between slides. All it is really just one slide, but we get some movement by using show timing elements for the ticks and the circles, and this is a really nice technique to use if we want to take advantage of having a video background, because when we try to introduce match and move transitions and things with video, we have that overlap. So this way we can keep the video playing in the background as we add just a little touch of animation to the graphic as well. So there's not very many elements within this animation. We have our video, which is just like falling grapefruit juice. When we go through the video library looking for different templates, you'll see that if I just type in falling fruit, there's lots and lots of videos come up. We have strawberries and bananas and cherries and raspberries. There's lots of different ones you can choose here to go through. So all I've done here is I've went into my notes app on my phone and I have typed out a running list of what I would maybe pull together in a Canva tutorial or a workshop, and then I've screenshotted it and uploaded it to my Canva folder so I can use it within a design. If you keep watching to the end, I will give you a short tutorial on how you can create that effect and easily upload to your Canva app. And then we have a simple circle element that also has a little border around it, and we can change the thickness of this border like so. The simple tick icon, and then the rectangle shadow illustration, and again we can find that in the elements folder. So you can see there's not a lot of elements and different parts to this design, but it's really quite lovely once you put it all together. I am using the 1080 by 1920 template size or mobile video, and what I have done is just placed the screenshot of my running order for a Canva workshop, and then you'll notice that I then have the shadow, a rectangle in the background, and I've just reduced the transparency down a little because it's a little bit too dark and it's left at 100%. So I've just taken that down to about 70% because we just want to give the illusion there's a little bit more of a 3D effect in this design rather than it feeling quite flat. Video is just placed in the background. We can easily detach it from the background and then replace again. And also if we double click, we can just position the video exactly where we want it to be placed for the design. I've also trimmed the video slightly because it was a little bit long at 12 seconds, and I've just reduced it down to about 7 seconds. And now for this tick effect, so if I kind of scroll, you can see that I've got it appearing one by one. So if I zoom in and just click on any of the elements and go to the 3 wee dots, I'm going to click show timing. And now what you can see, and if I click on the zoom page icon and switch it to zoom thumbnails and enlarge this up, we get a much greater picture of just the timings that I've introduced for these ticks. If I go to position and show you the layers, you can see that I do have a circle and tick for each time I want it to appear in this animation. So for example, if I want to add another tick onto this to just show you how I did it, I would take the circle, grab the circle and the tick, and just press duplicate, and then we'll line it up with the one underneath. And you can see the dark purple shades lets me know which layers I have selected, and at the moment if I leave them as is, 2 will appear exactly the same time because they have the exact same show timings on them. However, if I just slide this across and then the next one exactly underneath, now when I scroll over it slowly, you can see that I have it now coming at 2 separate times. So this is really just the simple trick here of how we can add a lot more movement just by adjusting the timings of your animation. So if I click back on here, so I hide the timings and play that through for you again, And there you go, we've got a 7-second video. We can upload it as a reel or in your stories, and it's just a really nice way of advertising your workshop or a to-do list or any other number of things that you create in your Notes app, and share it easily as a piece of social content. To create the Notes screenshot, if you just open up your Notes app and then start typing out the text that you need and that you want to put into your graphic. Inside the Notes app, we can also add the checklist feature that we need to use within a design too. Once you've finished taking your notes, we need to take a screenshot. And we will then open up the Canva app and we're going to upload the image. And we do that by going to our uploads and then finding our camera library images, and we can quickly add the screenshot directly from our photo folder, and then we can add it to the design. We will then crop and take out any parts that we don't need from the screenshot, and then we'll make sure that we place the design exactly in the middle, and then we have our screenshot from our Notes app all prepared to use within the design.
This is a tutorial you really enjoyed. This is something I am going to be launching in my own community, Design Like a Pro community, and it is where you'll be able to get access to me, where you can submit your designs to me and I will talk you through the process of what I would change. So if you're building your brand, if you're creating your own content, if you have branding but you don't feel that confident day to day as you're trying to use it, then you have me there, designer in your pocket, to help you each week and really just get the best out of having a visual brand identity. Because it's one thing having a logo and having your colour palette and your fonts, but if you don't know how to turn that into consistent looking graphics across your website, across your socials, for your packaging, for your proposals, your presentations, there is so much visually you have to create content for these days that really having me there to hold your hand would be the best benefit for you. Sign up and be on my waitlist so you're the first to find out about it and get exclusive access when it first launches. It is really hard as a creative, as a business owner, if you're not a designer or you don't feel confident with Canva and with your design skills, then just having me there in your pocket to help out and give you that bit of advice. And even if you're not submitting designs for me to look over and review, you can join the live call. It's like a collab co-working space where you can just create content, and it can be that little bit of accountability that you need to create your content in that time for the upcoming week or month. And you can then just listen into the advice that I'm giving other people on their own branding, and you'll pick up so many different design tips and things that I do as a designer every single day when I'm looking at different clients' assets and what we should be creating for them and to keep it all consistent. So the amount of design knowledge, tips, advice and techniques you'll pick up will be amazing.